Good morning. Today is my birthday, and many of you probably don't know this, but it's 25 years since my brother was killed in a helicopter crash on the East Coast while he was also attending law school. So I thought I would do a couple things today to remember my brother and read a poem I wrote, and then you've heard me play that song on Memorial Day on Angel Wings, Angel Flight, and I'm going to sing that myself. You have to put up with my singing, but maybe it'll make a little more sense why that song's so important to me. My brother was a helicopter pilot in command, and 5 others died with him on that day. He was accused of doing, well, when he first died, the Army was full of praise and stuff, and that's kind of what this poem talks a little bit about. But after he died, they accused him of all kinds of things, not being a good pilot, not being a good person. It was a hard time for our family, and just along with the loss of my brother, the whole thing was pretty sad. But anyway, like I said, it's been 25 years. I don't know where that time went. This hat up here, he wore that when he was in the Multinational Force and Observers in Sinai, Egypt. So with that, let's get on the way with the poem. This is called Final Farewell, and silent shuffles that I talk about. If you've ever been to a military funeral, they have a cadence, the honor guard does, and that sound will stick with you. So this is this poem. Silent shuffles I recall as the honor guard marched down the hall. These 6 unknown men came from far away to carry my brother that sad day. In the hall we spoke our hearts and minds, told of happy and glad times, but we had lost a true and gentle friend and knew the loss would never end. And then there was the polished brass with bold, bright, and noble class. They came to pay their respects that day, but probably never before had looked his way. But still they came and spoke great deeds in his name. Though they had not known glory or fame, they still revered his honored name. And then there were the silent few, the quiet friends who he really knew, who traveled far across the land to stand beside him on Owens Valley sand. From the hall to beneath the Sierra skies, where we all stood with swollen eyes, and deep within our souls asked why this good and decent man should die. Off in the distance we could hear the Huey missing man formation near. Their eerie approach brought tears to eyes, for again we were reminded of the true goodbye. 21 times the stillness broke, and then the lonely bugle spoke. With final silence my brother laid to rest. Forever his memory rests deep in our chest. The echo of those honored times lingered forever long, it seemed, and drove home what we all knew. Forever gone was Brother Hugh. So, Angel Flight. When my brother was brought home, the mortician and I went to Reno to meet the plane. It wasn't a true Angel Flight. He came in a commercial airline with a military escort, and her name was Cheryl. And the mortician and I drove up to Reno. We met her as she got off the plane. They wouldn't let me or her go to unload the casket off the plane. The mortician went down there, and then we met him out front. But he came in, really it was a cardboard box. And I remember going through Walker Canyon. You could hear him sliding around in there, and she and I, we didn't know each other very well, but I mean, both of us, it struck us, it may seem strange, but it struck us as humorous. I watched her most of the way home. She had her hand over the back of the seat, resting on his casket or the box, and it was kind of sad. They had dated. She was also a helicopter pilot, and she came out and spent the week with us. So anyway, with that, I'll do my version of Angel Flight. As I say, my singing never has been good. It's almost as bad as my playing, but here we go. All I ever wanted to do was fly, leave this world and live in the sky. I left the C-130 out of Fort Worth town. I go up some days, I don't want to come down, and I fly that plane called the Angel Flight. Come on, brother. got a hero riding with us tonight. Between heaven and earth, you're never alone. On the angel flight, come on brother, I'm taking you home. Come on brother, I'm taking you home. Come on brother, I'm taking you home. So there's my version of Angel Flight. So one more poem. This is the other one I wrote. I wasn't going to do this, but if you're still hanging with me, you can get through this one. So this one is called Hugh. I can see him now in my own mind's eye, just as clear can be, with his hand held tight on the chopper's stick as they felt their way through the night. Through darkened skies and drizzling fog, the rotors sliced their way. No help from the ground was there to be to guide the crew and Hugh. The chopper's pop broke the silence night, and they continued on their way. And then the terrible crashing sound. 5 and Hugh were through. Inquiries came as they always do, and then they seemed to find this brother of mine, he was no good. Why, he wasn't fit to fly. How dare they judge this brother of mine? So easy for them to do. No survivors to tell the chopper's fate. Dead men can tell no truce. I see him again in my own mind's eye. His tears well in his eyes. The pain I caused to others lost is more than I can bear. What more could I have done? I flew the best I knew. With fog so thick I could not see, I tried to bring us through. How cheap it is for those alive to criticize, but criticize they do. No doubt the verdicts cast would differ had any of them been the ones that flew. And again I think of the charges raised against my brother Hugh, so easily done to close the book. Why should anyone really look? I hesitate not to tell you why, no better man I knew. I miss him more than words can tell. There will never be another Hugh. For those who tried to tear him down with sordid lies and tales, I hope to know the pain they dealt to me and the real Hugh. Again I see him in my own mind's eye with a sparkling, twinkling glit, a laugh, a joke, a witty line, and that's my brother Hugh. His encouraging words, the zest for life, is the brother that will always be. I carry him with me wherever I go, my dearest brother Hugh. I've got one more here if I can find it. This one was written by Dick Arnold, who was one of Hugh's friends, and I've always liked this. My heart is laden under heavy gray skies and days. I've watched other friends stoop shoulders walk over the far hill. With bent heads they did not look back to say goodbye. Their final attention was riveted to the rocks on the path. With soft prayers and downcast eyes they feared the end. But this one did not choose that meek dull death. He climbed the granite crag and neared the summit. Scarred hands and knees stinging, looked over the hill to see who waited there, and said goodbye to the sun, and with a final taste of spring grass, hiked smartly up the trail. And Arnold read that at his funeral. Anyway, that's my tribute to my brother today. Like I said, it'll be 25 years. I can't believe how fast that time went. But I took the day off, as I always do on my birthday, and I'm going to go out and play Phoenix today, and have a good day. Bye.